Today, I want to tell you a little story, something that happened not too long ago. It really made me sad. So I was talking to these guys, right? And this guy, he needed some money. Like, he wasn't just destitute or anything, but like, he could really use a couple extra bucks. He had recently had a flood, bad things, and messed up his house. He was gonna be all right and all, and he had a decent job, but I had a job for him to do, okay? And the job was for one of my companies. Now, the company, it was like a recent little startup thing. And so, it didn't have a lot of cash flow and stuff yet. It was just starting out, really. And I had a manager who was in the middle of it. And the manager was given a fairly strict budget. Hey, look, you got 100 grand, make it work. You can come back and we'll reassess things later, but here's your startup thing. Take it, go do the thing, all right? And so he had this guy and he was like, hey, I can bring you in, you can do this work, and we'll cut you in on the long term and you'll get a nice little chunk of the action, all right? We can pay you, a couple $100 right now, just, to cover your expenses and stuff. And then on the back end, you'll get 5% from this particular thing you're setting up, all right? And the guy, from what I'm told, he really believed in the project and he knew it was all gonna work out nicely. But the guy really just wanted $2 grand to have sitting in his bank account right now. Because he felt a little nervous about all the things going on. And I didn't actually get to talk to him at that time. I was a little busy. I wasn't even, in that state. But what ended up happening is he ended up just making a deal with my manager guy for $2 grand up front, and then don't worry about the back end, just I need to have a little bit of money in my account so my wife will stop hassling me. Now the thing is, the manager was going to let him have 10% of the future revenue stream that came from this thing. Problem is, several months later, that guy had of course blown through his $2 grand. They blew through that like it was nothing, because of course you got to pay expenses and stuff. But if he had just held out 60 days, that guy, he would have started receiving 10%. At the end of that month, the first month he would have started receiving 10%, bro would have gotten $30,000. And that was going to be for a full year. He would have had 10%. And it started ramping up more than that. I'd have to check on exactly how much he would have gotten total, but the guy would have made hundreds of thousands of dollars if he had just had the patience to wait a little bit longer. Guys, don't sacrifice your long-term success and your future for a short-term gain. Sometimes really amazing deals pop up in the short term, but you got to finagle it. You got to do it in a particular way. Sometimes you got to defer your reward a little bit, all right? We all want our immediate reward. I know I love it too. But look, unfortunately, you really got to look at the long-term view on things. Sometimes a percentage of the future is a whole lot better than something right now, because you just want to have it right now. It'd be a different thing if the guy absolutely had to have it, his life depended on it, but he just had it sitting in his account. Didn't do anything with it for a while. Wow, you lost money to inflation and then you spent your money. You could have had a ton of money to go do things with, and he blew it. Guys, please, don't sacrifice your future for something immediate here and now. Sometimes you're going to be infinitely better off if you just take the long-term approach. I know it can be hard and it's not the fun thing, but it's really what you ought to do a lot of times. All right? It certainly worked out for me, and I'd love for it to work out for you too. Well, I'll stop rambling, but please, when somebody offers you a really good deal, take it, please.